As it turns out, the so-called happiest place on Earth has some pretty weird secrets. And no, we're not even talking about Walt Disney's allegedly frozen head. Google that, by the way. Hello Internet, I'm Wil Fulton, and this is Thrillist Travel Guide, where we give you all the tools to become a better traveler and, in turn, a better human being. Whether we're telling you where to score cheap plane tickets to Europe this month, or how to rid your body of jet lag after you land, we cover it all. Today, we are setting our sights onto a domestic vacation spot as American as apple pie, baseball, and putting ranch dressing on pizza while watching baseball. Fantastic. Yes, we are of course talking about Disney World. You don't need us to tell you this, but people all over the country are obsessed with the so-called happiest place on Earth. Disney fans will base their entire vacation schedules around the park, they'll get married there, and in some extreme cases, yes, they'll even choose to rest in peace there. This episode of Travel Guide is all about exposing some of Disney World's best hidden secrets. And that was the first one right there. A ton of people decide to have their ashes spread in and around the park, sometimes actually on the rides. And while doing this is certainly illegal, it's very hard to monitor or enforce. In 2007, for example, cameras caught a woman allegedly throwing ashes into the water at the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
All right, that's it. Dishonor on your whole family.
Now the ride shut down for about 45 minutes while they questioned the woman, but she said she only dumped out baby powder and they couldn't really prove she was lying. It's not like you can look at that pile of dust and say, hey, that used to be Aunt Linda. But the spreading of ashes remains something that happens all over the park, all over the rides, and allegedly they even have this special vacuum to clean up Aunt Linda and her other dead Disney-loving friends. And that's not creepy at all. So if you know any Disney World trivia, you probably know that Cinderella's massive fiberglass castle is mostly empty. The keyword is mostly because inside the castle is what can only be described as the most secretive and exclusive hotel room in the entire park. It's called Cinderella Castle Suite, and it can't be obtained with money. It's a 650 square foot hotel room described as fairly modest with 2 queen-size beds and a pull-out sofa for the kiddos, and it was originally designed as a little apartment for Walt Disney himself. Now it's mostly reserved for contest winners and the occasional celebrity, like Tom Cruise and his daughter Suri, and at least one Jonas brother. It doesn't really matter which one, they're all the same. Speaking of celebrities, it is only fitting that America's greatest theme park was the site where America's greatest rock band, the Beatles, decided to formally break up. I'm just kidding, I know the Beatles are actually from France, I'm not an idiot. Anyway, John Lennon officially signed the documents that would formally end the Beatles at the Polynesian Village Resort at Walt Disney World, while overlooking the Seven Seas Lagoon. I think a Ticket to Ride joke is almost too obvious here, so let's just call it another day in the life of the world's most eventful theme park. And now that we're on to the subject of strange celebrity links to Disney, did you know that Richard Nixon's legendary and eternally repeated "I am not a crook" speech?
Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
Happened at Disney's contemporary resort. Bottom line, weird stuff happens at Disney hotels, and no, we're not talking about your family vacation. Now, let's take a look at the ground. No, not that ground. Look up, look back at your screen. Have you ever noticed that the streets of Disney World are bewilderingly clean? Well, not only does the park put an emphasis on Snow White level cleanup operations, but they even go as far as completely banning the sale of all chewing gum in the park. It's kind of like contraband there. And finally, let's focus on smells. You'd think with thousands of tourists wearing sweaty tank tops and eating giant turkey legs in the sweltering Florida heat would make Disney World a little rank, right? But the park's Imagineers are always looking to make the experience more immersive. And in that vein, they've installed devices called smellitizers all over the park. So that's why you can actually smell baking cookies and vanilla on Main Street, USA, and salty sea air in Pirates of the Caribbean, as long as you're not smelling ashes. So Disney World isn't always the magical dreamscape it was designed to be, but hey, at least it will smell like one. I'm Wil Fulton, and that was Thrillist Travel Guide. For more daily hit videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. For even more tantalizing Disney World secrets, you can check out the article in the description below. And if you want to find out about the best places to visit this month, direct your full attention to the video to my left. Thanks for watching.